Hey y'all, Moses here. Today I'm bringing you yet another update as to what was recently released this morning and last night for information regarding the new weapons upcoming in the new 1.0 update, as well as more information on the desert map, including a bunch of new screenshots, some location descriptions, and a bunch of other stuff. So before we jump into what we wanted to talk about for the desert map, I wanted to show you guys what is going to be replacing the revolver. So the revolver has been a meme level weapon for quite some time. So the revolver is coming out of the game. The 1895 is coming out of the game, is being replaced by the R45, something that is a little bit more modern, something that takes some attachments, and something that will probably be a little bit more usable as far as pistols go. Now, pistols have their place in the game. The revolver was an interesting early game addition, but considering desync, lag, and aiming, and the rate of fire, and just the general shortcomings of a weapon like that, it didn't really have a decent place, even in the tiny little pistol meta that exists in the very beginning of the game. So the R45, I think it appears to be, I think it's chambered for 45 caliber rounds, which is fine. That's it kind of unifies the pistol ammo across the 45, the P92, the Glock, and now the R45. It'll be able to take a red dot attachment as well as a speed loader attachment. So essentially a quick draw magazine specifically for the revolver. So having a 6-shot limitation as well as the red dot only, it will not be able to take a suppressor. So I believe the damage will be higher as well, since it is replacing a relatively high damage pistol. So do not pay attention to the fact, and someone on Reddit pointed this out, that it actually says 357 Magnum on the side. So maybe, I don't know. It says Magnum on the side, but I don't think that they're introducing a new round. They're going to try and unify the magazine ammo, specifically for pistols. So whatever. So it's a revolver. It's going to be replacing the old one. The other one, as far as I can tell, based on the press release, is going to be coming entirely out of the game. Cool. So a new pistol. I did remember when the Glock came out, I made kind of a big deal about the pistol being, the pistol meta was about to occur. I don't think that's the case. It wasn't the case back then. It's probably not the case now. This is something that you'll pick up in the early game. Maybe something you'll mess around with. Just for clips, but otherwise it is a cool looking gun. It is the latest addition to the game, and that's what we got. So the big news was actually in the form of this here. So they have released a bunch of new details about the desert map and the locations on the desert map. So we've already seen this image once or twice in the past with these location names on that. It was pulled out of the game via data mining a couple of weeks ago. I didn't specifically cover it, but now the devs have given us a little bit more of information regarding all these locations. So someone on Reddit, Kovalevi, I believe his name was, thank you for making this image. He basically superimposed all these new screenshots onto this map to kind of give you some reference. So let's just quickly go through the descriptions, and we'll go from there from the screenshots as well. So looking at the descriptions, we have Los Leones. I'm going to butcher all these names, completely just transparent. I'm going to butcher all of them. The largest city in the region, Los Leones features ample shopping, a skyline filled with new construction, and a glorious golden-hued city center. Change of plans. I'm not going to read all this. I'm going to leave it in the description. So let's just go through the screenshots really quick, and I'll show you some of the stuff. So this appears to be a water treatment plant prison thing. Let's go back to the superimposed image really quick. So this guy is actually, it is the prison down here. So they've superimposed it down here. So this is the prison that we're taking a look at here. So this prison area is the new kind of, it's in a hilled area. You can kind of see this leads up to another area here, but a fairly complex area. So, I mean, looking at the current, I guess the military base would probably be the closest facsimile to something like this. A lot of walls, a lot of different areas here. So one thing that Vault Dude pointed out, and something that I'm slowly becoming accustomed to as far as an idea goes, is all these streetlight fixtures. Maybe we'll see a night mode. I don't really buy into that, but they always have some surprises lined up, and maybe there will be a night mode coming as well. I can't confirm that. I've not seen any evidence. I only really report on stuff that I can see, but I can see that this is the new prison area. This is on the southern portion of the map, so interesting to see that. So other than that, we have the industrial sector. So looking at the map, that is Los Leones. This is Los Leones we're looking at here. So the thing I just mentioned. So this is the primary urban area. You can see all these different commercial buildings under construction. Generally looking to be relatively simple buildings. So just looking at the optimization of the map, I think that a lot of these buildings are a lot more simple and a lot easier to render. So hopefully will run significantly better as well in the game. So this is the Los Leones area. Well, and this is some guy on Reddit made this. I might be wrong, but this is a major metropolitan area with some construction and some other stuff going on. And then moving along from there, we have the coastal dock area, which is Puerto Pueso, Puerto Pariso, Puerto Southeasto. That's where we're at here. So you can see, again, similar looking to Novo, not as many crates, a little bit more beach, a little bit more residential. This is kind of like a ferry pier meets Novo, meets less crates, meets the desert now. So interesting area. Looks a little bit easier to navigate coming in and around the rocks area. A lot of easy places to land. A little interesting island over here as well. And again, I believe what appears to, I don't know if these cranes are actually climbable or not, but this looks like a Novo desert map style area. So I mean, looks great. I mean, I like the way that it's all new buildings. I don't see any replicated textures in here, save for maybe a few assets here and there. Even the sea cans, like the containers, look new. So very interesting to see that. Now, the last one is this spot here. This is the oil Chumachera. That's where we're at. Okay, so Chumachera, again, an industrial sector. You can kind of see, like, this is interesting. I don't know, this is like some sort of hut made out of sea cans. But again, a commercial / industrial area, lots of different ups and downs, very interesting and diverse areas. So I think vaulting is going to be obviously a thing in this patch. So the ability to navigate these complex areas will be a lot easier. But ultimately, this is completely different than anything we see on Erangel right now. There's no, the diversity of areas is very, very narrow compared to this, where it's very, very wide, where you see lots of variation in the way these different zones are laid out. So just jumping back through this, I think the one that I like the most is this prison area. It looks like a very complex map, but complex area, I should say. So movement in these areas will be, I mean, look at all this stuff. Like there's a million places a person could be in this spot. So I don't know how this is going to affect the gameplay, but ultimately we are still operating in the context of circle shrinking and stuff like that. So camping might be a thing, but the one thing that I'm wondering is that is the drive to the center of the circle and camp in a compound thing going to be just as viable in this map as it is in the current one? So I'm really excited to see how this thing affects how people play the game. So I think the last one is this guy up here. I missed this screenshot, so we'll just dive over here. So this is, it's actually not even included. I think maybe it was just superimposed from a previous screenshot. So we can kind of see this little kind of farm area is apparently here. So good work, Kovalevi, for figuring that out. But yeah, so this is a very dense land mass. We don't see much water aside from down here. There's a lot more water on Erangel than there is here. So it's going to be very, very diverse. I'm interested to play it. So aside from that, we didn't get much more other than we're going to see this thing played tomorrow night. And then hopefully we'll see it early next week, or maybe even the weekend, depending on what they do with the release. So I'm excited, man. So I'm interested to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you think about some of this information? You can read all about it. I'll link this in the description below. See, I'm copying it right now, so you know I won't forget. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think of the new revolver? What do you think of the new weapon, the Winchester 1894? What do you think of the new vehicles? What do you think about the map? Are you excited? What are you looking to see first? Is there any one area you think that might be problematic or something that you want to check out? I'm interested to hear your thoughts. So leave a comment down below. If you liked the video, leave me a like as well. If you dislike it, of course, hit the dislike button. And check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/wtfmoses, and on Twitter @wtfmoses. Thank you guys for taking the time. There's going to be a lot more news coming out over the next couple of days. A lot of stuff is happening. Hopefully, the next thing that you guys see from me is actual gameplay of this thing, which should be coming in the next couple of days if we're lucky, and if not, next week. So thank you guys again for taking the time to watch the video, and until next time, I'll see you out there.